What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video, and today we're going to talk about goals and what goals you should be working towards at what time. If you have not already, please hit that like and subscribe button, comment below with any questions or feedback that you might have, and if you are looking for an active group for trade and the contest of mayors, we are accepting people. As of right now, we are open, but we are going to be starting war for the purpose of the contest only. We do war for that purpose only, meaning you will not be able to attack unless you have an assignment. So if you are a war player, we are not the group for you. But if you're an active player or a contest of mayors player, then please join in. If you're looking for a place to be, you just type in RQMKNG, that's our group code, or it's MissyAnne That's the name of the group. I do have a video on how to get in contact with me via Facebook, Discord, and SimCity. If you guys are looking to simply just be like a neighbor friend, I don't normally add people because they buy from my depot when I have items posted for group members. However, if you have a question, you can hit me up on Discord or YouTube or put it in the comments below or Facebook. So that being said, I'm going to get into this goals video. One of the things that I notice almost every player does is they tend to fall into this vicious repetitive cycle of, I don't even know how to explain it really. I mean, I've talked about this before about like running in place, but typically what the lower level players, they have this problem where they don't have tokens. So they can't speed up their production. They aren't making the correct items. They're not running their shops full time. They don't receive very much taxes, but they're constantly broke. If you are a lower at any level, okay, not just lower level, you have to control how you're getting your money, but also how you're spending your money. People are always focused on how they're getting money. You know, they don't focus on how they spend it. So they're always like, well, how do I get more coins? You know, that's their main focus. Like, what do I make? How do I get more coins? Well, essentially, it shouldn't just be how to get more coins. It should be how to spend your coins. If you can manage your spending, then the amount of coins you're bringing in should be enough. What ends up happening to a lot of people is they do a house upgrade and they get, you know, when you're very low level, they have what they call a rebuilding trick. And I did this when I was low level. It's a horrible way to go about things because, and I didn't know this at the time, but when you do your upgrades, after a certain point, the upgrades start to cost you. But early on in the game, you'll notice that when you click on a house, it asks you for maybe, let's say, 5 nails and tape measure. And it's giving you like 1,500 coins in return. So you're profiting, you know, quite a bit of money just by doing those house upgrades. As you progress through the game, you're going to unlock more expensive items. And it's going to start costing you rather than paying you. So typically, the rebuilding trick works like this. You do an upgrade, maybe 1 or 2, you bulldoze, you do an upgrade, bulldoze, and you just keep collecting money. The issue with that is you just really fucked yourself because you went up too fast in levels. You've unlocked items. Your storage is going to be a bitch to increase because you don't see them as often, anywhere near as often once you upgrade past a certain point. Now, I've talked about this a lot in a lot of my videos on how to, you know, like the Missy Building Guide. I go through and I explain to you guys like exactly what you should be doing and when. But the bigger problem is spending. And this will follow you guys throughout the duration of your gameplay. I don't care what level you are, okay? It's your spending. You have to control your spending. If you're camping, a lot of you are going to be camping. So you're not going to be doing house upgrades. So you don't have anything. For you higher level players, let's say that, let's say you're doing epics, okay? But you're not prepping for them properly. You need to prep for them properly. Otherwise, they will cost you a shit ton. When you're a lower level player, here's what's going to happen. You're going to open your game. You're going to fill your shops, right? You're going to collect your taxes. You're going to be broke. You're going to search the global market. You're going to do whatever it is that you do every day. I don't know what it is you do, but most of you guys are either doing the Contest of Mayors assignments, or you're just simply searching for rares because you're camping to upgrade your storage, or you're leveling up too fast and you're doing house upgrades. Let's say that you're somebody who's camping and doing the Contest of Mayors. This is going to be a kind of an issue for you. First things first, you only have the taxes coming in and then whatever it is that you're producing for money, right? You're not doing house upgrades for money. So if you're producing items for the Contest of Mayors, you're not producing the higher profit items. You're producing whatever items it wants you to produce. So you're kind of losing money there, so to speak. It is going to be problematic when it comes to making money. If you are not wanting to play the Contest of Mayors and you're wanting to focus on just stacking coin, I strongly recommend that you watch my production video and make the items that turn the highest profit all the time. Now, the spending, okay, this is the vicious cycle that people get put into. They upgrade a home or they upgrade their pop by, placing parks and things like that. And then they need services upgraded. And then they need their roads upgraded, right? And then they spend all that money on police, health, fire, water, sewer, garbage, road upgrades, right? And then they're broke again. Don't do that. First off, all right, first things first. The happiness, yes, it is important. But if you're in a situation, okay, where you are overpopulated and you need to lower your pop because of that, don't worry about it. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. A lot of people will bulldoze their homes. Like, let's say you're a level 22 and you have a shit ton of homes, you have no resources, and let's say that your water and sewer is like just, you need a lot more water and coverage and things like that. Do not bulldoze your homes. Don't do it, because those homes are very, very valuable to you if they're regular homes. When you hit level 24, you're going to unlock epics. You can only upgrade. The only way to get epics to pop up is to have a fully regular residential home. That goes on all maps. If you're playing on your regionals and you can't get an epic to pop up, you need a fully upgraded regular home, even on your regional map. Okay? Now, let's say that you are level 23, you have 14 homes. Like, all you have to do is hold down on a house, and it says right there how many you have ready for upgrade and how many you have total, how many epics that you have on this map. Okay? Tells you how many are abandoned. Do not bulldoze them to lower your pop. Keep them. If they're like Paris or Tokyo, then you can bulldoze them. But if they're regular homes, keep them, because they're valuable, because you can turn them into epics. If you bulldoze those, you can't turn them into epics. You have to upgrade more, which means you have to level up more, which means your epics are going to cost more. Okay? So do not bulldoze your regular homes. Now, your happiness, let's say it's way down. Okay? You only need population to increase your taxes and to unlock things in the game like the airport and things like that. Otherwise, you don't need that much population, okay? If it's hurting you and it's causing you to have to buy water, power, sewer, all this shit way too often, go through your map and take out all the parks and all that shit, move them somewhere else and lower the pop. Don't lower it so much that you don't have your other things unlocked, like your global trade, but lower it enough to where it's not affecting your happiness. Now, another thing, road upgrades. Do not pay for road upgrades. Don't do it, okay? There's several ways to get around that. First thing, you could just pick up a house that's on that stretch of road and place it elsewhere, and the road upgrade notification will go away. Second thing, you can make a road that zigzags back and forth with no cross streets or stops, and it won't need upgraded. You could do what's really beneficial, and I have a video, and it's labeled "Never Do Road Upgrades Again." That one, I recommend you do that trick. And what that trick is, and I'm going to briefly explain it because like I said, it's a little complex, but I have a video on it, but I just want you guys to know what it is, okay? You're going to, when you click your road here, you'll see a red exclamation mark. And you see how it has yellow? That's when it's going to be, it's going to be needing upgraded soon. But the red ones are the ones that are the problem, right? As long as you have your road red and there's nothing on that stretch of road that is within the vicinity of a house, it is not going to lower your happiness. So what you're going to do is you're going to go far away from your homes and you're going to make little dashes of road like this, and you're going to place a park on them, okay? And it's going to eventually turn red. You can only have 3 roads red at any one given time. If I can transfer my traffic and get it to go to these 3 dashes right here like this, my happiness is unaffected and I never need to upgrade any other roads again. However, if I was to pick one of those buildings up, what's going to happen? I'll tell you, all those roads that I haven't been upgraded, they're going to immediately transfer to that one. So don't touch anything once those roads go red. Not on those, like, don't pick anything up on that stretch of road. Otherwise, it's going to transfer over to the higher populated areas, okay? Like I said, I have a video on it that goes way more in detail and explains all the steps, so definitely check that video out before you try this trick. That way you know everything about it, okay? That's number 1. So now you've totally canceled out road upgrades. They are no longer an issue for you, and they're not costing you any money. That is going to save you so much money. I can't tell you how many people spend money on road upgrades, okay? And not only that, but they spend an obscene amount. Those road upgrades, there's like 10 of them. You only get half the money back. And it's a waste because most people's roads are not permanent. So you're going to end up bulldozing them, getting half your money back, and then having to pay again. Very early on, that's what's going to run you broke. Same with the water and the power and the sewer and all that shit, okay? As far as that stuff goes, if you are level 29 if you're level 30 and you've unlocked Omega, buy the Omega resources, okay? Do what you can to get those because they go for all homes. They start at 10,000 Omega and they go up 10,000 each time you buy it. I have videos on that as well, so if that's something that you're interested in, I recommend going and watching that video. However, if you're not, give me just a sec, I have to respond to this guy. All right, you guys. Now, here we go. So, water, power, sewer, all that stuff. You're obviously going to want to buy the ones that are most beneficial in cost. And that really just depends on you and what you like. And I mean, it depends on how much of your map you want taken up. For example, I am really about the looks of my city. And for me, I wanted as much space available as possible. So I want to show you something. On my capital map, I have around like 2 million, I want to say, something like that, or I used to. I used to have a lot more, actually, but certain homes cost less resources. You'll see service demand is medium, high, low, whatever, okay? When you click the homes, it'll say service demand is low, low. They're very low for epic projects. That's another good thing about doing epics, okay? So, when you go here, you see how I have 3 of each, 4 of that one. I can't store these, which sucks. But anyways, when you click, let's say waste management, you see how it says capacity is 300 and the demand is 104? Look at my population. I have 1.1 million pop, okay? Which means that I only technically need pretty much 1 of these and then 4 additional waste management to have all that coverage, to have all those people covered, okay? Now, the water is very small for the Omega. But anyways, essentially, let's say I had 2 of each of these. I could go up quite a bit of pop before it's going to require me to have more. Now, let's go over here to my Sunny map. I want to show you guys the difference between Omega versus the others. And this is where a lot of you guys' money is going to go. Between roads and services, that's where the the big chunk of change is going to go. So if you can get these two things squared away, then you can focus all that money on just buying your storage, your storage items, and making money and things like that. So this here is all the services that I need to run 2.2 million pop over here. Takes up a hell of a lot more space, right? So that being said, that's also with 2 of these being Omega. So I would definitely, I had this whole area filled, and I was actually having to put stuff over here before I bought these 2 Omegas. It's going to condense that and make a lot more space. Just keep that in mind when you get to level 30 that you're going to want to buy those Omega resources. Now, let's say that you're not at the point where you can buy those Omega resources. You're going to analyze what it is you want unlocked and what it is about the pop that you need. For example, let's say that you're somebody who wants a lot of population. There's people out there that they just want a lot of population. They have no reason for it. They just want a lot. Then there's people out there that are like, no, I don't want a lot of pop. I just want to be able to unlock the things in the game that's needed and then go, that's it. The taxes are, the taxes are brought up like this, look. So they go based off happiness, city level, and pop. I'm max level at 99. My happiness is 100%. So the only way for me to exceed that daily income is to increase my population. I'm only getting 22,000 for 1.1 million. That's not that much. Your taxes are not meant to be your main source of income. They're just meant as a little bit of an added benefit. Your main source of income is going to come from your items that you produce. You have to figure out a way to balance your spending and your income. If you are running the correct items in your shops and you are controlling your spending, there is no reason why you should ever be broke, ever, okay? I'm telling you, I can play on a feeder city with no tokens, half-ass play, and be filthy rich all the time. Because it's just knowing what to make, when to make it, and when to spend. Okay, if you cancel out all your road upgrades, and cancel out buying all these services. Okay, so first thing, when you're a lower level player, you want to unlock your trade depot. You need 10,000 pop to do that. That's very easy. Okay, you're going to upgrade some homes. You're going to buy some parks. You're going to hit your park tab here. Most people buy this first one for 4,000. It does a 5% pop boost. Do not buy that one. Buy the one next to it, if anything, because that's double the pop boost for only 1,000 more. Once you've boosted your pop up to 10,000, you will unlock the trade depot, okay? I recommend that you don't camp level 10 for too long, that you go up to level 18 because you're going to have some added benefits here. A lot of people camp level 10 to farm rares because the lower amount of rares you have unlocked, the better your algorithm is. However, between level 10 and 18, you don't unlock very many items. And you have to take into consideration that you have now unlocked groups, so you have that added benefit of being able to trade with people. You also have the added benefit of being able to utilize all of these mayor's passes and get all these rewards that you couldn't have gotten before. You also have the added benefit of being able to buy these promotional bundles that pop up after the contest of mayors, like the little side passes like this one, okay? That is going to be more beneficial than staying a low level 10. So you're actually better off camping level 18 than level 10. Because if you're going based off algorithm on just the depot, you're still going to find pretty much just as many rares on the global market. You don't unlock that many items. Now, let's say that you've brought your feeder or your main city up to level 18. Okay? You want to unlock, let's say you want to unlock your airport, and you need X amount of population to do so. You need a certain amount to unlock Paris, then London, then Tokyo. A lot of people have trouble hitting the Tokyo one, because I think it's like 260,000 if I remember right. But anyways, if you're having trouble at that point, what you can do is go to this tab here, certain of these, click here and you'll see what level you have to be to unlock the category. You see that little pink circle at the left and it says 25? That means you have to be level 25 before you can unlock this category. So click the other one. Transportation, you only have to be level 10. Buy transportation. That's gonna be a pretty chunk of change. It's like 40K or something. You're gonna purchase this building. This is only a 30% pop boost. You can put it in storage if you'd like, but definitely buy the heliport. Okay, this is why you're gonna want to upgrade your VU tower very quickly, because keys are going to be very important to you. If you can buy the heliport, you can do a 50% pop boost and have that added benefit of doing a 3 epic pointer. You will not be able to see the epic points available on your screen until you hit level 24. I do have a video that shows you all of them though, okay? Don't waste your keys. Don't spend your keys, cash or plat keys. Save them. Only do the bare minimum that you have to do to boost your pop for whatever reasons you're boosting it, okay? You should be able to hit the pop boost fairly quickly. I don't know why my game's shut. You should be able to hit the pop very quickly by doing that. Plus, you have your beach that you can boost your pop with. You can also boost your pop with the landscape. I have a bunch of videos on population and how to boost it. But essentially, once you reach a certain point to unlock your airport, you don't need to exceed past that point. So if you have too many service demands for people and you need to lower your pop, all you have to do is put some of those buildings elsewhere or in storage. You don't have to bulldoze any of your homes, okay? So now, let's say that now you've got that squared away. You're not constantly upgrading and constantly increasing your pop to have to constantly buy services. Don't do that, okay? Keep that shit contained and under control. If you want to keep the pop, let's say that you are in a situation where you paid for the airport, now you're broke, okay? You have a service demand that has exceeded because of this, so now you need to buy power, sewer, water, garbage, right? Don't stress on it. That happiness, leave it, okay? Don't worry on it. Even if you're at 2% happiness, okay? Make some money and slowly bring and buy your stuff back up. Don't bulldoze your homes. If you need, what I'm saying is if you need that population to be there, they are good. The population is going to drop when the happiness drops, right? What I'm saying is it's not going to kill you to have your happiness be crappy. All you have to do, you can fix it in 2 seconds. All you have to do is make them happy again. The only thing it's doing is it's going to cost you some of your taxes. You're not going to get as much taxes, which if you're making money, it's not going to matter because you're going to be able to fix the problem, you know, relatively soon. Like what I'm saying is don't stress on it forever. Don't leave it like that forever, but it's not going to hurt you to wait a few, you know, days or hours if you have to, okay? If you hit the government tab, you'll see this little happiness, the little faces. You'll be able to locate which house is unhappy. Also, let's say that you've been playing the game and all of a sudden you don't know what the hell happened, but all your services are bitching at you and your population hasn't increased at all. What happened is you knocked out a road somewhere, okay? That means that somewhere on your game, from between where your services are sitting and where the homes are, the road is not connecting somewhere. So find wherever that road is that you knocked out and fix it, okay? Now, once you get that squared away, and once you get you got your roads squared away, you got your services squared away, you're not wasting money on all that shit anymore, okay? The next thing is production, your production line. This is number one important thing, okay? When you do your shops, you want to be making the most profitable items, not the ones that sell for the most money, not the ones that sell the fastest, not the ones that take the longest, you know, the ones that produce the highest profit. When you do that, you will notice a huge increase in your coin, really, But also, people have a tendency to, I used to have one girl, she joined my group, and she never made anything. She only purchased what she needed on Global. She refused to make anything. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. You need to focus on the things that are important in your city. I have a Missy's Building Guide. I strongly recommend, if you have not watched that, to watch that. When you also check your city achievements, this little house here, and try to make sure that you're getting these things completed. Cash out. You don't even have to collect the cash. Just leave it sit there, because there's a lot of accidental purchases, and I've woken up to have money just disappear. But let's say that you've got some cash here. Spend it wisely, okay? Don't spend it on these cash to coin bundles if you're broke. Don't do that. Those are a ripoff. Coins are way too easy to get in the game. Also, make sure you're selling your items for max. Anytime you see items for cheaper, buy them and flip them for max. That being said, once you do that, once you've cut the cost of your road upgrades and you've cut the cost of your services, you're going to be focusing on a couple of things here. You're going to spend a nice chunk of change on your airport. You're going to spend money on your VU tower. You're going to spend money to unlock the shipping dock. You're going to spend money to upgrade your shops for time discounts. Those are number one. Time discounts are everything. That is your production. That is your means of income. That is number one. You should be upgrading your shops very first thing. First priority. Airport is not a priority, okay? VU tower is not a priority. Not right now. When you do your VU tower and your airport, I can't tell you how many people come to me and say, I just spent every dime I had unlocking my airport or upgrading my VU tower. Don't do that, okay? You should have money to fall back on. You shouldn't be spending every single penny that you have. Make sure that you have X amount of dollars. I usually try to keep about 200,000, because once you hit like level 30 or so, 200,000 goes like that. It goes fast. But trust me, I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, she's crazy. I've never had more than 20,000 coins. Listen, trust me on this. If you change the way you play, you will not be broke. It is money coming in, money going out. You got to control everything. You got to meticulously and strategically plan everything that you do. You can't open this game and just do whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want, however you want, and expect to be successful. Now, this is the type of game that you can open and you can do whatever you want, and you can't really lose. It's not a win or lose game. It's not like in Mario where, you know, you fly off the edge and you die, and that's that. It's just a matter of, you know, being able to to benefit, right? Is it going to take you 6 days to do all this shit, or is it going to take you 1 day? It's all time. You know, it's all time and time based. You have to control your time. You have to spend your time wisely. Don't spend your time running as fast as you can, but not getting anywhere. And that's what a lot of people do. They open their game, they do the same thing every single day. And every single day, their game doesn't look any different. There's no new buildings, there's no nothing. It's just, well, I made this item and I made that item and I sold this and I'm broke now and I have this, and there's really nothing to show for. You know, you go look at their city and they're like, oh yeah, I've been playing 4 years. I got 300 storage. Their map's not even like fully opened. They have like no buildings. You know, their city doesn't even look like anybody's done anything to it. Don't waste your time. I'm telling you, a lot of people ask me this question, it drives me nuts, but a lot of people will say, how long did it take you to get your city the way that it is? How long? What? I don't even know how to answer that question, because if done right, if I was to restart with the knowledge that I have now, I could essentially accomplish everything that I've accomplished here in 2 months, aside from unlocking the buildings, because those take time, of course, because of the mayor's pass. But I am not kidding you. I've had many people in my group, and I've done it myself, where people have spent about 1 to 2 months. They have max storage. They've won Mega 3-4 times. They've got all their Maxis manners. They're working on their epic projects. They've got their land unlocked. I mean, if done properly, with the right, you know what I mean? If you really strategically plan your next move, you could accomplish more in 2 months than most people have accomplished in 5 years. And I mean that. So when somebody asks me how long did it take? Well, that really is based off what it is you're doing every day when you open your game. Are you a level 55 player with 130 storage? Yeah, it's probably going to take you 5 years to upgrade your storage. If you're a level 18 player and you're camping, depending on how much you play the game, it could take you 2 weeks to max out. You know, it really just depends. So spend your time wisely, okay? Don't work harder, work smarter. Got it? People join in my group and they want me to just give them stuff. The best thing that I can give you guys is knowledge. You could join my group and I could give you 5 storage items, or I could give you 80,000 coins. But at the end of the day, I didn't do you any good. I would rather teach somebody how to fish and give them a fishing pole rather than just have them walk around and pick fish out of everybody else's buckets to survive. That doesn't teach you. I would rather you know how to do it for yourself, right? So the best thing that I can do for you guys is give you the knowledge that I have. And the reason I have this knowledge is because I made the mistakes that I made. I made every mistake you could make, and I learned from it, and now I'm trying to pass that knowledge on to you guys. Now, a lot of people, they're going to do their own thing. They're not going to listen, and that's that. You know, I can't make you listen. Whatever, that's you. But I will say I told you so eventually, you know. Now, if you want my help and you have a question, I'm more than happy to answer it. But just really think about your next move, okay? Read your menus. That is a big, 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 big tip. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what a great tip. No, really, though. A lot of people would have all their questions answered if they just read the menu, right? You click a menu, click this. They're like, what's the Maxis Manor? Well, hold down and read it. It says right here, the powerful Maxis Manor acts as a fire, police, and health building. Its famous resident Maxis man offers VU special items for sale. Now, it makes it sound like it's a VU store. It's not. It does this. See this little VU item here? It pops up like that. You only get one a day, and look at the price. But I buy it anyway because it's definitely worth it. And you get, like I said, you get one a day. And as the description said, it's a police, health, and fire. See the square? All in that one little four-pack building, okay? So, another thing that people, okay, like epics. You hold down on this building here. See how it says Epics 98? Just read the menu. All you gotta do is read the menu. Some of the things about, like the war and the contest of mayors, you'll see the FAQ section here. Read through this. This answers a lot of questions, you guys. Same with the war screen. When you look at the leaderboard, you know, you just look and it says, it's in very small letters, but it says to be promoted. If you fall below a certain line, it says no prize. And then it says to be demoted. So you're going to go down, right? You know, just every little thing that you do, just look at the menus. Okay, like when you open up your storage here, it says plus 45 storage boost. It ends in 5 days and 18 hours. Pull up this menu. It's going to tell you the price, the pop boost. On your screen, you won't be able to see it unless you're above level 24, but it's going to show you the epic points, the cost. Right here, it says requirements. You might have to buy other buildings to be able to purchase this one. This here, these things are ugly. You have to purchase them in all categories in order to be able to buy anything in that category, but you don't have to leave them out on your map. I don't because they're ugly. I just put them in storage. Okay? You can store buildings. All you got to do is hold down on them and you'll see a little storage box pop up like this. You hit storage. Oh, another cool thing, by the way. See how it says number 1? I know I've showed this in my videos, so some of you might know this, some of you might not. Let's say you do landscape. Okay, see how it says 9+ for water? If you hold down, it tells you exactly how many you have in storage. So people will see it say 9+ and they're like, well, shit, I don't know if it, is adding them up or taking it. It is adding them up. You just have to hold down on it and you'll be able to see. Like I have 53 little ponds in storage. Okay. That's the same with the trees. If you bulldoze parks, you do get half your money back, but I don't recommend doing that for just the purpose of having money. Just be careful when you click on these things because most of these are a ripoff. You can get some good deals, so always check them out. But anyways, I'm getting off track here. But basically, you guys, also another thing, your factories. This is another big thing that people don't do. They don't upgrade their factories early on. You absolutely need as many slot factories as you have unlocked, get them done. Okay? You're going to click your factory. This is the 5 slot factories. It's $20,000. You want to get this ASAP. This one here, the only difference aside from the $30,000 markup is that it does not have a pollution square. Okay? With this little brown square here, that pollution square, it does not happen on the nanotech, which means you can put that factory near a home. If you don't have your factories near houses, then you don't need to pay that extra $30,000. It doesn't make them any faster. It doesn't give you any more production slots. That is the only difference, is it doesn't have a pollution square. Okay? I recommend just going with the 20,000 as long as you're not putting your factories near your home. Your shops and your factories need to be upgraded ASAP because that's how you make your money. If you have 3 slot factories, you're losing, essentially you're losing money. If you could have 5 slot factories and you only have 3 slot factories. So you guys just, pay attention to that. Don't sell your items for cheap. Sell them always for max. If you are having trouble selling them because, let's face it, a lot of shit doesn't sell very quick on global, you can lower the price just a few notches to kind of screw with people's head. And you can leave it all the way to the right of your depot. Don't advertise it. If you let's say you play in a group and you don't want your depot on global all the time, you can leave it unadvertised. Daniel will buy it eventually. Maybe advertise it before bedtime. Or just leave it there. Because essentially, if you're doing things correctly, you shouldn't be hurting for money so bad to where you have to sell your items that fast. You should have enough money to be able to wait, right? So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know.